Hello everyone, this is Alnwick Town TV coming to you once again from a completely different location. We've very kindly been asked down to Alnwick Bowling Club, and I'm ashamed of myself. All my years I've lived in the town, I have never actually been here. But it's absolutely lovely, great facilities. So we're just going to talk bowls, kindly joined by Mike Alexander, Competition Secretary. So Mike, can you just tell us a little bit about the club? I believe is it the second oldest in the country?
Well, it's actually the oldest in Northumberland now, because the other club that's the oldest is now in Tyne and Weir.
Aha!
So 1877 we started, and we've been going that long. Yeah.
It's great, a small town like us with our sporting institutions. And bowls in the past, I don't know, you probably tell me I'm wrong. People have always thought it's a little bit elitist and for a certain demographic, a certain age group. Put me right on these things, please,
Right.
Mike.
Well, the first thing you need to know is that there are two forms of bowls.
Right.
We're here, it's flat green bowls here, which I suppose was a bit more elitist. You used to have to always wear white and be smart.
Yeah.
Whereas crown green was much more Lancashire, Yorkshire, working class. There have been two different elements to bowls. But I don't think it's elitist. I think most people, when we leave that gate open when we have a match on, people come and chat to us and see what's going on.
Well, we've had an absolutely lovely welcome since we've been here, so I'll second that. And like you see, you're now all smart in your club shirts. So what sort of membership are we standing at the moment?
I think we're about 60. It's always difficult this time of year because people who may have had enough or they're too old or whatever, but we get new ones, or hope to get new ones coming along, and that's partly why it's good that you're here,
well, to
give us a bit of publicity.
This is the part of the reason why we are here. And when we're talking about new members, any particular age group we're aiming at?
No, certainly not.
Ladies, men, anything?
No. Well, ladies and men.
There
yes.
you go.
But no, there's no age problem. My son started playing crown green bowls. So he was in Derbyshire then, when he was 8. He hasn't continued, but he might come back to it later. We do tend to be older members, but we've got some newer ones, some younger ones, should I say, and we're open to anyone who wants to play. You can be as good a bowler at 8 years old as you are at 60, 70 or 80.
And what days are you open? And if you want to become a member, how do you go about it, Mike?
Well, if you want to become a member, we've got a website and other media that you can go to. We're also in May going to have this place open on a Saturday morning from 10 o'clock.
Oh, brilliant.
Anyone wants to come along can just try bowls, and there'll be people here to advise them on how to play the game. And then we'll see how it goes from there. And you have a month to try before you have to commit yourself to membership.
And if someone wants to come along in May, like I say, I don't know anything about this, but I'm looking at the green behind you. It looks absolutely immaculate. Oh. So if anyone's coming along in May, is there any particular type of footwear that they wear if they want to come and try it out?
They just need flat sole shoes, trainers and things like that, the equivalent of that. Something that they haven't been, sort of walking around in mud or anything, because it is a nice green and we don't want it scuffed up and damaged, but that's the only thing really.
And you're competition secretary, so a lot of people are here just to play purely for fun, but is there a competitive element?
Oh yeah, for those who like being competitive.
Good answer.
We're in the Northumberland League for the men, a mixed team now. It used to be male only, but it's both. And then the women have the Collins and Shipley League on a Wednesday afternoon. But then we have internal competitions for the men and women inside the club, and that can be competitive.
I can imagine that.
And and people enjoy that. Some just want to come along on a Friday afternoon or a Monday evening like today, and just have a bit of a game among themselves.
Well, Mike,
no money involved.
No, that's what we like to hear. Thank you very much for joining us, and just again, thank you for the lovely warm welcome. I recommend anyone come here. It really, really is a lovely setup. We're basically in the town centre, aren't we?
And if they don't want to play, they can always come and watch.
Or they can have a pint.
Yes, Indeed, you can now. Yeah.
Just as important. So,
Okay.
Mike, thank you so much for giving up your time.
Okay,
Enjoy
okay.
your evening tonight.
Cheers.
And all the best with the club. We hope you get some new members, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Great talking to you. Thank you very much indeed. We're still down at Alnwick Bowls Club. This time we've made our way into the clubhouse, and a class clubhouse it is. A great deal of history in here. If you look at some of these boards, John, a lot of history. And I think the bar's just been set up recently. But goodness me, there's some names on there. 2003, 88. That's not me. 2001. Is that Ken Little? Yeah. Great deal of history. Lovely clubhouse.